All week, we've brought you stories of families looking for answers and closure to painful chapters in their lives involving the death of a loved one.
Their journeys in dealing with unsolved cases are a little easier with organizations like Crimestoppers, which is there every step of the way. Mike McDaniel explains how it all works in our series Cold Cases.
Crimestoppers of New Orleans has been around since 1981. It doesn't just provide a resource for families often left wondering what to do. It provides a crucial link between law enforcement and the community.
Over the last 28 years, Darlene Cusanza has heard from many grieving families looking for answers, usually after a loved one has been killed.
You can just hear the pain. You can hear, how can you help me? How can you help me?
As president of Crimestoppers of Greater New Orleans, Cusanza works to turn that pain into closure by building an anonymous bridge between law enforcement and the community. It's not easy, though.
There was a lot of fear of coming forward. There was fear of trusting police. There was fear just in their communities. And regretfully, that's really kind of been, an ebb and flow.
Working in 10 parishes, Cusanza knows trust is key. That's why tips are anonymous. So are the reward payouts.
We're going to pay out in cash at a local bank drive-through with just a tip number. So everything we do is encrypted and is protected to protect you.
And to help get closure for families. Tips have led to arrests and convictions, but there's still a long list of open cases in Southeast Louisiana.
From the time it happened, I was praying someone would come forward.
Veronica and Herman Bailey's son, Donovan, was shot and killed 10 years ago in reserve. They've been working with Crimestoppers ever since.
They have really worked toward finding something, but nobody's saying anything.
For Cusanza and other grieving families, that's the toughest part.
It doesn't matter, when it happens, to that victim, it's fresh every single day. And when there's nothing that's come in 6 to 8 months or whatever, it's just, it's hard. It's hard to have to tell them that.
That's why Crimestoppers did more than 200 presentations in schools across Louisiana last year.
That's huge because we went from being reactive to proactive. We want to prevent. So with the kids, this is an opportunity to teach them very young, get engaged.
Cusanza hopes that can stop cycles of violence, allow people to trust the process, and not give in to fear.
From start to finish, it's each and every one of us. And, we're asking people to trust us, but we're also asking them to be our partner and share the messages.
A message to create a safer community while giving victims' families a sense of peace.
Like any organization, funding for things like those rewards is a big issue for Crimestoppers. The court fees for criminal convictions have been reduced, and raising money doesn't add up to what it once did. That's not stopping the organization from continuing its work. Mike McDaniel, Eyewitness News.
Well, since its inception, Crimestoppers GNO has assisted in solving more than 17,000 felony crimes and paid out more than $2.5 million in rewards. Now, you can watch all of the cold case stories that Mike has featured this week on our website, WWLTV.com, and please call Crimestoppers if you know anything in any of these cases.